Today's video, I'm going to inspect the front shocks and tell you why I'm inspecting them. Hello, I'm Eugene Tordo. This is ET Garage. Today's video is going to be about removing the front shocks on my C4 Corvette and why I'm removing them. And the reason I am removing them is I have RidTech shocks, which have a million-mile warranty on them. One of them's been leaking. I think I contacted RidTech some time ago about that, and they said as long as there's gas pressure in it, they won't, they won't honor the warranty. It has to be completely out of gas. I noticed that it's leaking really bad, and I think it's pretty sure that one shock is out of gas. Also, I noticed the lower polyurethane bushings are worn on both of them. So if that one over there, which is on the driver's side, is completely blown out, in other words, no gas in it, I'm going to send it back to RidTech. If not, I'll just clean it up, bolt it back on, and just keep using it until the gas is out of it, and then send it into them. They will not honor the warranty until they inspect the shocks, because they want to inspect it to make sure it's not abused. In other words, didn't get hit by a big rock or something, and or bent, or was butchered while being installed or removed or something like that. So there's that. There's a bunch of other things I need to do to this Corvette. I'm not going to do it in this video. There's not really a bunch of things. If you haven't seen it, I just came back from a 3,000-mile round trip with this car. I drove from here in Pennsylvania down to Key West, Florida, the most southern part of US 1. Last year I was at the most northern part of US 1 up there in Fort Kent, Maine. I'll leave links to both those videos at the end of this one. And on the way down to Florida, I broke down the ignition coil field. I just want to take that cap off and inspect it. As far as I know, he just put a $40 auto parts store one in, because that's what they had. I have a better coil over up on the shelf. I'll probably swap that out. That's a MSD coil, which has a little more voltage, so I'll probably swap that out. But that'll be another video. Also, another thing I want to do after this trip is change the oil filter. I changed the oil filter before the trip, and I want to change it. Put 3,000 miles on that oil filter. I want to change it again, but I'm waiting for that and the oil to come from AMSOIL. I don't use their AMSOIL 15,000 mile oil filter. I use a regular Wix filter, and I change them every 3,000 miles, no matter how long they say their filter is good for, and no matter how long their oil is good for. About every 3,000 miles, I change the oil filter. But that'll be another video. In the meantime, let's get front end in the air and wheel off on that other side and inspect, and the shock off and inspect it. Okay, front wheel's off. The car's, of course, up on jack stands. And you're probably going to get a lot of background noise from my pellet stove because I got it on high. But if you never removed C4 front shocks before, they're real simple. Basically, you have two bolts down here. And the double nuts up here. On these particular shocks, because they're adjustable, this knob needs to be removed with an Allen wrench, which I have around somewhere. So I have to remove that first. Remove these nuts. When you remove these nuts, the front suspension is going to want to go down, just so you know. It might be better for you to remove these two bottom nuts. I guess it really don't matter, but whichever one you like, that's what you can do. I'm going to get to work on that, and we'll get the shock off and all that good stuff. Alright, the shock is off, and as you can see, it is covered in oil and it is blown out. There is still gas in it, and let me push it down. Still takes quite a bit of force to push it down. So, and it does rise on its own slowly but surely. Of course, that will vary depending on how much I turn this knob to the rebound adjustment. But yeah, you can see, hopefully you guys can see all the oil off of that. I think, and also you can see how this bushing down here is worn. I don't know, maybe you can see that. See how it's worn? It ain't nothing really bad. And you can see how these polyurethane bushings aren't exactly great either. So I guess for me, I'm going to take a picture of it and send it to RidTech. And I remember talking to him about it once before, and they said unless the gas is all blown out of it, they won't honor it. I'm going to take a picture of it, show them how bad the oil is coming out of it, and see what they say. I think they should honor it if it's leaking that bad. If it was just a little leakage, seepage, that's acceptable. This is bad, though, in my opinion. Yeah, and this ain't from anything else either. This is, I mean, road grime built up on here on the oil and stuff. And, but that's pretty bad, in my opinion. So, I'm going to contact them, take a picture. I'll probably just put this back on for now. I don't know. I'll see how long it takes them to get back. They get back to me right away. Then I'll update this video, and hopefully they'll have me send them to them. That's what I'm hoping for. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I do need to get this Vette cleaned up. I don't know if you've see it good in the pictures, but it is covered with road salt and all that good stuff, driving in winter. It was a lot worse going down to Florida because it was right after they had a storm going through the section of Virginia and North Carolina and into Georgia. They got hit with a storm the day before, so there was old road spray all over the roads yet. And when I got down there, I just took it through a regular car wash. You're not supposed to take your Corvette through a car wash. Even says that in the owner's manual, by the way, if you don't know that. Didn't cause me any problems. I don't have the OptiSpark, of course. I was an L98 with the HEI distributor. So, for now, I'm just going to end this video. And everybody have a great day, and God bless.